Zion's sake, I will not keep silent. For Jerusalem's sake, I will not remain quiet, till her righteousness shines out like the dawn, and her salvation like a blazing torch. For the sake of your heart, because I've tasted your tears, for the sake of your plan, your promises throughout the years, for the sake of your word, the prophecies I know so well, for the sake of your name, O Holy One of Israel.
Lebanon is the site for all of these battles because Lebanon is a very weak country. It is divided, but it's also very small. It's very much boxed in by Syria, so it's easy for Syria to control the events there. And in the 1970s, it was the PLO, Arafat, that established itself in Lebanon, used it as a base for terror attacks against Israel. Now, the flags have changed, the slogans have changed, the leaders have changed. But the political dynamics are exactly the same. Hezbollah is waging terror war against Israel, just like the PLO did in the 70s, backed by Syria, armed, this case, by Iran. And Lebanon is the victim because it is too weak to defend itself. And many people say, well, why is Israel going to this massive war? Why are we seeing these terrible bombing attacks in Beirut? Okay, 2 Israeli soldiers were kidnapped, 5 were killed. It happens once or twice a year. Why are you making such a big deal out of this? Well, we know, particularly if you're living in Israel, also a very small country, very vulnerable, that a series of attacks like that and building up for a bigger one, if you don't act to remove this cancerous growth, then you will become the victim, and it'll be too late. It's about rejecting the right of the Jewish people to having a homeland. So we have to go back and say to every single person who attacks Israel, do you accept the right of the Jewish people to have a homeland?
One of the good things about Israel is that you are educated from a very young age to give to other people. You see it on the street, you see it everywhere. People help each other on many daily things that happen. Tasks, yeah. If you'll drop your notebook on a notebook, nobody goes around in the streets with a notebook. But if you'll drop your bag, somebody will help you to pick it up. So yes, Israelis, we are educated to give a lot to our surroundings. So the choice is not between giving your life away or not giving it away. It's about volunteering to risk myself instead of other people, which I love and appreciate. So basically, because in Israel, you know, it's a statistical fact that in Israel, every 2 people know a third one, which is combined for both of them. It's a very small country. So it's a choice most of the people make, because it's such a small country and you gotta help the friends you know.
Our force, this National School of Civil Defense and Search and Rescue, we deal with the population. We go and help them in time of crisis and abroad. I think it's important to mention that, like we said, we're a very small country, and friends and brothers and fathers even are fighting up in the north, and I know a soldier that died a few days ago. And it's very hard because we're so small and every casualty really hurts, you know? So, I mean, the population is so together on this. I mean, everybody is is helping and encouraging one another. And it's so hard when someone is lost, and that's why we tried to be there. I mean, the army, our base, our force, because that's what we do, and that's what I think Roy meant when he said that when you go into the army, if it's not you, it'll be your friend. And if not him, then his friend, and so on and so on. I think we sometimes try to show the world that we're kind of a big family, because that's what Israel is, in my opinion. It's nice to know that people do support us and are behind us, and try to, you know, spread it all over the world, because I think we do need that support. I mean, mentally, us.
It's for children in Israel that collect. There
are letters inside, and this can was donated by children. Okay, it says here in Hebrew, be strong and God will save you, and may God be with you. Here is the children paintings.
יש פה מכתבים מרגשים.
We're people, we're just like them. We're out of uniform, we're just like them.
Yeah. We go home every weekend.
We have the families and everything. You might see us in uniform and guns and everything, but we have the emotional side to our lives.
Of course, yes.
That's why it's important to show that we're not only fighters.
When the bombing started and said you can't go on doing this camp in the north, we had to take a decision that night. What are we going to do with the kids? So we've decided not to send them home to the bombing. We decided to keep on doing our camp in another place which is safe. So at 1 a.m. we took all of the kids in the camp and drove them here and started the camp all new here. So it was an operation of about 2 hours to take 600 kids to bring them here.
Shalom, shalom. Hey, מה נשמע? הכל בסדר?
One counselor from the Arab sector in Haifa just told me that if 2 weeks ago, someone would have told him that we're going to do a summer camp, joint summer camp with the Jewish and the Muslim and the Christian and the Druze people in the north, they would never have agreed and thought, no way, we should prepare ourselves for 1 year, for 2 years for this kind of camp. It's really complicated. And then in one night, we just decided without any thought to bring all the kids here, and you know, everything is just going, we hadn't had any incident in this camp. It's going on for 2 weeks and we didn't have nothing.